In Avoca, Nicole, what's the latest there?
Mark, just a light drizzle here in Avoca right now. I did just check the terminal lobby. Most flights are back on schedule, but earlier today, some of that ice and sleet that Dave had talked about caused quite a few delays and cancellations this morning. Snow plows won't get you very far along your Christmas Eve journey, but that was the only activity at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport early Wednesday morning. Planes here were idle, and indoors, so were some hopeful flyers, frustrated by some lengthy delays.
Just kind of exhausted because I came here at 4 a.m.
Shane Wago is flying home to Hawaii, ready to trade in snow and ice for some sun and surf.
The most frustrating part was like nobody telling us anything. There wasn't an agent to tell us that our flight was delayed, and we kind of had to get all the messages from, you know, calling other agents, kind of seeing from them like what was going on.
Jim and Carol Lauer's daughter came home to visit. She drove up from South Carolina during Friday's snowstorm. Now she's stuck here because of the ice.
She can't wait to get back to that warm weather. She said, Mom, I can't take this north weather already anymore.
Once again, Mark, the runway here in Avoca closed for much of the early morning. It did reopen just after 8:30. As for Shane, who we talked with earlier this morning, he tells us because of these delays and cancellations, he doesn't think he'll make it home for Christmas. We're live here in Avoca. Nicole Barocci, WYOU News.
Rough stuff at the airport. Thank you, Nicole. And Pat.
She is live in the control room. She just returned from the scene where she spoke with some of the victims. Hey, Nicole.
Hi, Drew. And all of those 7 tenants did make it out safely from their apartment building on Elm Street in Kingston overnight. Their units fortunately received just minimal damage, and they say that's because their neighbor feared the worst and came rushing to their aid. Debbie Johnson helps her son and boyfriend clean out their Kingston apartment. She and 6 other people were forced from their homes when lightning struck the roof of the building early Monday morning.
And somebody said, look at the smoke, and I grabbed him and I threw him right over here to my neighbor Joyce, I did.
Joyce Dombrowski-Gephardt was sitting outside when she noticed the smoke. She called 911 and ran to wake up her neighbors.
I'm just thankful that, you know, God gave me the strength to follow through and go over there and help them out.
Debbie says she wouldn't expect anything less from her neighbors.
I said they're not neighbors, they're friends. That's how I feel. If there's anything that these people need, they know I'm here. They were all gathered on my porch in the middle of the night.
It was a close call that fire crews say could have been avoided if someone had called sooner. Investigators say embers were smoldering for a few hours after the initial lightning strike.
Call the fire department. We'll come out, check it out, we'll go through the whole house, top to bottom, make sure that there is nothing smoldering somewhere that we can't find.
If I hear, you know, the thunder and that, it's going to make me wonder whether I want to go to sleep or not, you know.
Now, the Red Cross is helping out some of those fire victims. Others are staying with relatives. People living at the apartment building tell us they don't know when they'll be able to move back in because their landlord is out of town. Candace and Drew, back to you.
One thing's for sure, there's some new friends tonight being made in that neighborhood, no doubt. You know, it's been a gorgeous day outside. Great way, of course.
Incoming freshmen at Wilkes University got a crash course in Carpentry 101 Monday. As part of their orientation, they helped with the effort to open a thrift store sponsored by the Volunteers of America. It'll be located on South Main Street in Wilkes-Barre in a building that's been vacant for years.
You know, you didn't expect to see so many empty storefronts. You didn't see, you know, and it's kind of like a revitalization effort. You know, you see that it's starting to come back, and you know, it's an amazing thing to be a part of.
Student mentors at Wilkes say sorting through the nuts and bolts is a great way for the freshmen to get to know each other and their new community.
For them to be able to share this experience, but in a different manner, helping the community, then that's perfect. This you know, sets the tone for them and letting them know what Wilkes is all about.
And I asked them what they were doing here and why they were here, and they had all the right answers. These kids were ready to rock and roll.
Students assembled enough racks in just 2 hours to save other employees 2 whole days of work. All of those empty racks won't stay that way for long. Piles of donations are already stacking up.
A big part of the store will be clothing, but we will also take books and toys and knickknacks and hardware and small and large appliances and furniture.
The store is scheduled to open by mid-July, and everyone involved with the project hopes it has a lasting presence in the Diamond City.
I'll come back in 4 years and I'll see, you know, I helped put that together. You know, I did something for that.
In Wilkes-Barre, Nicole Barocci, Eyewitness News.